Hello G, Kaisihan Aplog. Today I have a fantastic story for you, full of masty and adventure. Meet Cheek and Mira, two lovely kids, brother and sister, always up for some fun.
One bright sunny morning, just like when the audience is full of energy before my show starts, they decided to go for a picnic in the jungle. Their mummy packed delicious aloo parathas, dahi, and that sweet mango pickle. Oh ho! Mo main pani agaya!
They were so excited, singing songs all the way, Lakti Kikati Kati Pegora, you know the one. The birds were chirping, the sun was playing peekaboo through the trees. Proper holiday vibes, I tell you.
They walked and walked, looking for the perfect picnic spot. Cheek wanted a place near a stream, while Mira wanted a spot under a big, shady banyan tree. You know how siblings are, always a little discussion, like me and my writers discussing which joke will make Arcana G laugh the loudest.
Finally, they found a beautiful clearing, green grass, colorful flowers, just perfect. They spread out their little mat. But Cheek, you see, he's a very curious boy, always poking his nose into things. A bit like that one uncle in every wedding video who is in every frame.
He spotted something dark and mysterious behind a thick curtain of ivy. Mira. Dekwahan, he whispered, pointing. Mira, though a little bit darpak sometimes, was also very brave when needed. Like when you have to eat Karelika sabzi because mummy made it with so much love.
She tiptoed behind Cheek, and guess what they found? Ekgufa, a cave. It wasn't too big, not too scary, just a little bit dark and quiet, like the studio when I forget my lines.
Cheek, trying to be the brave hero, puffed out his chest and said, "Don't worry, Mira, main hoon na." He stepped inside, and Mira, holding his hand tightly, followed. They felt a cool breeze coming from within.
Inside, it wasn't completely dark, thankfully. A little bit of light was seeping in from a crack in the cave roof, shining on something in the center. And there, lying on an old dusty stone pedestal, was a book. But this wasn't just any ordinary school textbook, Pi. This book looked ancient, very, very old.
The cover was made of some strange leathery material, and it had shiny golden symbols embossed on it, like something out of an old treasure movie. Mira, who loved reading all sorts of storybooks, gasped. "Chika, look! Ye to koi jadui kitab lagti hai!" she exclaimed, her eyes wide with wonder.
So, Cheek and Mira carefully picked up the ancient book. It felt warm to touch, can you believe it? The pages were brittle and yellow, and the writing inside was in a language they had never seen before. Full of strange squiggles and symbols, like my doctor's handwriting sometimes.
Mira, being the smart one in the duo, decided to read a small passage aloud. She chose a line that looked a bit like a spell. Gili gili wang, patang udhang, or something equally funny. She said it with full feeling, like she was auditioning for a role in a fantasy film, you know?
The moment Mira finished reading, a nearby squirrel who was busy munching on a nut suddenly dropped it and exclaimed, "Are o cake! What was that loud sound? You made me drop my precious akrot!"
Cheek and Mira froze. Their mouths fell open, wider than when someone tells me they don't watch my show. Did that squirrel just talk? In proper Hindi?
Cheek, rubbing his eyes, asked hesitantly, "Excuse me, Mr. Squirrel, did you just speak?"
The squirrel, adjusting his tiny imaginary glasses, replied grumpily, "Honto? Can't a squirrel express his disappointment in this jungle anymore? These kids today, no respect for elders."
And just like that, as if a switch had been flipped, all the animals in the jungle started talking. It was a total riot. Monkeys were loudly discussing the rising price of bananas, parrots were gossiping about misses. Parrots' new feathers, and a group of deer were planning a protest march for better grazing grounds. Imagine, a full-on animal parliament session.
Cheek and Mira were absolutely amazed. They were chatting with a friendly rabbit, who was complaining about Mr. Fox trying to steal his carrots, when suddenly, a huge dark shadow fell upon them. The ground began to tremble. Thump, thump, thump.
Oh ho! Trouble Gaia! A massive, terrifying, fire-breathing dragon landed right in front of them. He had scales like shiny red armor, eyes like burning coals, and long, sharp claws. Smoke was billowing from his nostrils, and his roar was louder than 100 lions.
Roar! I am Bhayanka the Horrible, ruler of this forest, and I am feeling very, very peckish today, he boomed, looking straight at Cheek and Mira.
All the chattering animals fell silent, their little faces filled with terror. Even Sharu the lion, who was just moments ago boasting about his bravery, was now trying to hide behind a tiny bush. This was definitely not part of their picnic plan. Chica, though scared, remembered the magical book still in his hand. "Mira," he whispered, "maybe the book can help us." He quickly started flipping through the ancient pages, searching for something, anything, to deal with a very hungry and very angry dragon.
Dragon repellent spray. How to train your dragon. No, too long. Aha! He found a spell, but it wasn't a simple one. It required teamwork. It said that the dragon could only be defeated if all the creatures of the forest, big and small, worked together. This was going to be tougher than getting Sidhuji to stop saying Toko Tali.
So Cheek and Mira, with the help of a wise old owl who had thankfully not flown away, quickly made a plan. The monkeys, with their excellent aim, would throw sticky, overripe mangoes into the dragon's eyes. The elephants, with their powerful trunks, would spray water from the nearby stream to douse his fire. The birds, all of them, would create a massive cacophony, singing the most annoying and out-of-tune songs they knew, to confuse and irritate Bhayankar.
It was a risky plan, like telling a joke you are not sure will land, but they had to try. The battle began. "Attack!" yelled Cheek. The monkeys, chattering excitedly, launched their mango missiles. Splat! Splat! Right into Bhayankar's eyes.
Ah, my eyes, my beautiful, terrifying eyes, he roared in pain and confusion.
Then came the elephants, trumpeting loudly and sprayed huge jets of water. Whoosh! The dragon's fiery breath turned into a pathetic puff of steam, and the birds, oh the birds! They sang so badly it was like 1,000 broken violins.
The dragon covered his ears. "Baskaro, please, my ears are bleeding. This is torture."
Defeated, blinded by mango pulp, soaking wet, and with a splitting headache from the birds' concert, Bhayankar the Horrible decided he'd had enough.
"I'll be back," he grumbled. "And next time I'm bringing earplugs and an umbrella." With a final smoky snort, he flapped his enormous wings and flew away, disappearing over the treetops.
Everyone cheered. Cheek and Mira were heroes. The animals lifted them onto their shoulders, celebrating their victory.
You saved us all, chirped a little bluebird.
As a special thank you, the animals told them a secret about an even more magical part of the forest, a place very few had ever seen. Following the directions given by their new animal friends, Cheek and Mira ventured deeper into the jungle than they had ever gone before. The air grew sweeter, and a soft, magical glow seemed to emanate from the trees. And then, they saw it.
The trees themselves were different here. Their leaves shimmered with all the colors of the rainbow, and flowers turned their heads to smile and whisper, "Namaste, pyare bachchon." Yes, the plants were talking too. Can you believe it?
It was like stepping into a dream, a proper enchanted forest, more magical than any set on my show. They saw mushrooms that glowed with a soft, gentle light, and vines that hummed beautiful melodies. Butterflies with wings like stained glass fluttered around them.
In the heart of this wondrous place, they found a lake. Its water was so clear and sparkling, it looked like it was filled with liquid diamonds. It was so peaceful, so serene.
As they approached the edge of the lake, the water rippled, and a magnificent golden fish, wearing a tiny, shiny crown, emerged.
"Greetings, young travelers," said the fish, its voice melodious and calm. "I am Rani Machli, the guardian of this whispering lake, and I have a challenge for you.
Rani Machli explained that the lake held ancient magic.
If you can answer my 3 riddles correctly," she said, her golden scales glinting in the sunlight, "I shall grant you a special magical gift."
Cheek and Mira looked at each other, a mix of excitement and nervousness in their eyes. Riddles. This was like a quiz show, but with much higher stakes.
"Okay, we accept your challenge," said Mira bravely. The fish smiled. "Very well, listen carefully to my first riddle. I have cities but no houses. I have mountains but no trees. I have water but no fish. What am I?"
Cheek and Mira put on their thinking caps. Cities without houses, mountains without trees. This was trickier than trying to understand my electricity bill.
Mira closed her eyes and thought hard about her geography lessons. "A map!" she exclaimed suddenly. "It's a map!" Rani Machli nodded approvingly. "Correct. 1 point to you."
Then came the second riddle. What has an eye but cannot see?
Cheek, who loved word puzzles, grinned. "That's easy! It's a needle!" he shouted.
Indeed it is,
Chirped Rani Machli.
2 correct answers. Now for the final, most difficult riddle. What is always in front of you but can't be seen?
They thought and thought. What could it be? Finally, Mira whispered, "Is it the future?"
The golden fish gave a joyful leap. "Brilliant! You've solved all 3.
A beautiful warm light enveloped Cheek and Mira. They felt a wonderful new power flow through them, the ability to understand and heal all plants and animals with a single touch. What an adventure, eh? Kamal Hogaya.